For one local family, art is more than just a hobby, it's a way of life. It's a heritage they get to share with people, not just around our area, but across the country. First City Focus's Shalina Barker and photojournalist Paige Easley take us on a trip to Palestine, Illinois, where they found an art gallery with unique offerings. Take a look.
Across the bridge and on the other side of the Wabash River in Palestine, Illinois, you'll find the Meadows Folk Art Gallery. Throughout the gallery, you'll see a common theme: faces.
So as soon as you walk in, it puts a smile on their face.
Faces composed of paints, of junk you might find at a local dump, and even hair supplies. But behind those faces is the Meadows family. 72-year-old Stephen Meadows has been an artist for nearly 30 years. You'll find his work not just around Palestine, but across the country. It's a way of life he says he learned at an early age.
When I was a kid at home, this tall, people would say, what do you want to be, Stevie, when you grow up? And I'd say architect. I mean, all we saw was on TV, and art, that's dead and gone. There was really, nobody really encouraged me. There's no reason to encourage me. But I always had that thing about wanting to be an artist.
Not thinking art was an option, Meadows went into the next best thing: architecture. In between studying architecture in college and nurturing his zest for art, Meadows served in Vietnam. Later, he would make a living building houses, yet over the years, he couldn't quite shake his desire to make art.
We were building houses for executives, attorneys and doctors and engineers like that, and so I just finally totally got out of the last house I built. I just walked away from. I basically started carving from scrap lumber from the houses, and I did a few shows, retail shows, and people said, you're cheap enough, you need to be doing wholesale. And of course, it's like, oh my God, I'm gonna have to hire all these people.
But as luck would have it, Meadows found a companion in his love for art: his son, Joshua Meadows. Like his father, Joshua was drawn to the craft at an early age. He began working with his father at 12 years old, putting in time in his father's workshop when he could.
A little bit of time after school, weekends, during the summer, I'd try to put in a full day's work.
From there, Joshua's passion for the work began to bloom, but he says it didn't fully blossom until after high school.
It wasn't until later on that I actually got to where I started doing a little bit more carving. I did like the carving. I feel like that's kind of where a lot of it really started, was wood carving, and then we just kind of branched out from there.
Soon, Joshua was able to carve out his own lane in his father's business, and together they worked to make the Meadows Art Gallery what it is now. When you walk into the gallery, you'll see a variety of different pieces, from sculptures to paintings and even jewelry. But the family's artistry doesn't stop at what you see on the walls. The building itself is a labor of love from the family.
My son and I did put the whole new roof system, all this in the back's new, almost nearly everything in the basement, the walls, was the decking from this building.
The building the gallery is housed in was one of the first bakeries in the area. Meadows was able to buy the building from the bank and refurbish it.
That's what's sad about a lot of these little old towns. Some of these buildings could be salvaged.
Years of hard work have gone into this building, which Meadows, who now lives in Texas, has passed on to his son and daughter, who is an artist in her own right. Tucked away in the front room of the gallery, you'll find Farrah Meadows' hair salon. She says working among her father's and brother's pieces is a major source of inspiration.
Well, they both inspire me so much because they're just genuine, great people. I wish I got that talent, so maybe I did somewhat in hair, as we are called artists as well.
Seeing the admiration and happiness on people's faces is part of what encourages the elder Meadows to keep going.
A dad had his baby, okay, and it's like this here, and when he walked in, the baby just started screaming and laughing, okay? And mom's out there, she's looking for her phone, to record it. She goes, oh my God, he's laughing,
Meanwhile, for Joshua, it's all about the feeling he gets when he's creating.
When I do feel like things are really hitting on all cylinders, it is a huge, there's nothing compares to the rush of feeling that you're really onto something, you're really proud of something that you're making. It's just an amazing feeling.
In the end, the Meadows family hopes to instill the love of art in generations to come, one piece at a time. Reporting for First City Focus, I'm Shalina Barker.
The SD Meadows Folk Art Gallery is open by appointment only. You can visit our website, vincentspbs.org, to find out how to contact them.